having trouble trying to sleep.
All right, ShortMeTina once again from ShortMeTina.com. Doing my daily, nightly recaps, we're going to start off with the IWM small cap index, which, as we all know, is a quote-unquote leading indicator. So if it's a leading indicator, what is it telling us? Obviously, it's telling us the market is headed for bear market territory, because with a print of 136.85, we're we're about 20% off the August highs. So what am I seeing? Obviously left head and shoulder, broke the neckline here of around 145. And again, we're sitting here at 136.85. Support comes in at 130. So I definitely believe that we're going to bounce and rally if we get to that 130 area. And obviously, we're going to try to breach what was one support, now resistance of 145. I think after that bounce, that's going to be telling whether or not this is truly a correction bear market or if we're going to continue to rally and it's the next leg up of this multi-year bull market to be continued. Full disclosure, I have been buying the IWM in my longer term portfolio in increments. Yeah, that's it. What else do we have? All right, so we have the SPY. I've done tons of videos on the SPY. You can definitely go to my YouTube page at ShortMeTina or ShortMeTina.com. Filter SPY and you'll hear everything that I've said since really dating back to, I want to say, mid-October regarding this particular ETF. So for me, 280 is representative of resistance to 60 support. Sitting here at 255, we are below support, but the next support level comes in at around 250, so we're not so far off. I'm expecting us to definitely touch that level or get relatively close to it, bounce, get that rally to 260, and that's going to be telling, right? So can we penetrate that once support now resistance level of 260 and hold? If we can do that, obviously then we will continue this next leg of the multi-year bull market. If we cannot, then I think we'll roll over and then it gets a little bit serious from there. Full disclosure, we are short the SPY in the premium member community. What else do we have? All right, Tilray, ticker TLRY daily chart. So I did a video, I believe yesterday, indicating that I am relatively bearish in the shorter term on Tilray. Stock rallied about, I want to say 20% today or north of 20% on some sort of deal with a pharmaceutical company. Don't quote me, but I think that's why the stock rallied. And someone said, well, yesterday you did a video on Tilray and you indicated that, your price target on it is somewhere in the 30s, right? And so my comeback was, well, yeah, and I have not changed that in my opinion. Support has been broken. Obviously, the same way, and this was my answer to this individual, the same way stocks don't rally in a straight line, they definitely don't decline in a straight line either. You have those relief rallies or you have those rallies. So Tilray might backtest that one support level that it recently broke of around, let's say, $100. But in my opinion, based on the chart, the next major quote-unquote level of support is in the 30s. It's not to say that I'm not bullish on the marijuana sector as a whole. I am. But in the shorter term, I do expect Tilray to retest that 30-something previous breakout level. So with the stock sitting here at 76.50, that's about north or even more than a 50% decline. That's not going to happen in a day. It's going to happen over time unless something materially changes with the chart. I remain in the shorter term bearish on ticker TLRY. Full disclosure, this was actually a long also in the premium member community. What else do we have? All right, ticker AMD. Full disclosure, we did short AMD in the premium member community. Again, it's because the stock is showing weakness, relative weakness in my opinion. Since this massive breakdown that occurred in October, we have not been able to penetrate that, we can say that one support, now resistance level of around 23, 24. I still believe, despite the rallies that cannot be sustained, we've rallied, but the rallies have not been sustained. So for me, I am still bearish on AMD in the shorter term. I expect the stock to go to around, what price levels did I give? I think it was anywhere from $14 to $15, and I still have that price target on it. Granted, we will have our rallies, but I think overall in the shorter term, AMD is going to revisit around 14, 15, which for me, it's great for traders that are not in it. Me personally, if it can get a little bit below that, I would love to see a $9 print, then I would go long, because in the longer term, I am bullish on ticker AMD. What else do we have? All right, ticker UPS. What did Biggie say about UPS? Right. So honestly, I wish they would actually hire, because then, and make it known in a very public way, because then maybe the stock wouldn't be doing what it's doing now. So granted, there is definitely a seasonality to ticker UPS. Full disclosure, and I generally don't disclose the trades that we are in until our initial price target is hit in the premium member community, but I definitely wanted to do a video recap on ticker UPS. We are long this in the premium member community again, because UPS, in my opinion, has held support for multi-year support for about 5 years, with the exception of this spring here in January of 2016. Now, can we potentially breach that support level? Of course we can. But again, considering that the SPY is also hitting, well, the SPY is actually a little bit below support. IWM is a little bit below support. If we rally, I think UPS will rally as well. From a risk-reward perspective, I think the trade was worth the risk versus the reward. What else do we have? All right, and so we're going to wrap it up with ticker AMZN. And I wanted to do this video because Todd, I love Todd, he's great. But this is the second time he said that the next level of support is around 800 or 900. And for me, that's just, it's just not true the way I chart, right? So for me personally, and this is not an attack against him, I have tremendous respect for Todd. I like his work. I like what he does. I think he's probably one of the better analysts out there. But for me, in my opinion, right, there's support around 1400. Now, even if there's a major correction, I don't see Amazon going from 1500 to 900. Now, I have my views on ticker Amazon, why it's very, very hard for me to ever long the stock, right? I think that's another story. But from a technical perspective, there is support before that 800 or 900 level, even with a swift market correction, in my opinion. So I just kind of wanted to clear that, because I cringe every time I hear 800 to 900. Not to say that the stock cannot get there. Obviously, that's a possibility. But there are other levels along the way to 800-900. In particular, again, I see around 14 to 1500, and even after that, there's around 1200. So anyway, we'll cap it there. ShortMeTina from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any part of this video, do two things for me. One, head on over to my YouTube page at ShortMeTina. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. I do videos every single day. This ensures that you do not miss any. Then head on over to ShortMeTina.com, sign up, become a member. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for the support.
I'm having trouble trying to sleep. I'm counting sheep but running out.